Hiya, and welcome back to Tennis Ace, the game that teaches us that I cannot spell or speak worth shit. Fucking Joichi Yeeds. I'm dead. Yeah, what's up, Yeeds? Anyways, let's just hop right in. Howdy, Yeeters. Also, I Googled it, and whoever has the most love points, I guess, is what route we're going on. So, take your pick. Ah. Okay. I wonder, maybe Shoichi's finished for the day too? I guess I'll drop by the student council room. Well, at least if he's not, I get to have fun watching him freak out over paperwork. Win-win! As I come across the student council office, I hear two people talking inside. From their tone, they seem to be in a bad mood. Honestly, like, I'm very excited for when we go through June's route. I'm very excited for it. I recognize one of them immediately as Shoichi's. The other is unfamiliar to me. I give a light knock on the door, and immediately the two are silenced. I hear hurried steps coming over to the door, and it is suddenly opened with force. I'm sorry, but we're quite Oh! Is something wrong here? What's with that look he had on his face? Is this a bad time? No, I'm sorry to have been rude. Is there anything you need? I peer over his shoulder and see a cheetah girl absent-mindedly fiddling with a stack of papers. Is it just me, or is she glaring at me? Yep, definitely bad timing. Irata-senpai, we don't have time for chit-chat. If you want to get these papers done by the end of the day, we're going to need you to hurry. Her voice echoes from inside the room. She sounds so stuck up. Yeah, I know, Kisaragi. Let's just take a break. We've been at it non-stop since morning anyway. I need to stretch my legs. But... She tries to protest, but Shoichi just waves his hand in dismissal. The girl groans and plops down on a chair, looking right at me with eyes full of fury. Shoichi steps out of the room, closing the door behind him. Sorry, it's been kind of a long day. You've been at it since this morning? Please tell me you haven't been there since we split up at the gate. The look on his face tells me everything I need to know. Someone made a huge mistake with some paperwork and completely blew the school's festival budget out of the sky. How bad is it? Well, let's just say that few clubs are going to have their budgets slashed in half for the rest of the year and leave it at that. What the hell kind of mistake did they make? Don't worry about it. Plus, I managed to save the budget for the tennis club, so you don't have to worry about your training being compromised. What about the volleyball club budget? A reduced budget isn't going to kill us. What? How did this even happen? Yeah, respect. Honestly, like, I'm also kind of excited for Haruki's route. I'm excited for all of them. I'm excited for all the routes. Someone forgot to double check before submitting and didn't see a couple of extra zeros. I'm sorry to hear that. What's he going to do now? Well, provided the cops don't find his body, he'll just lie quietly in the ditch. Okay, usually I find these jokes funny, but now I can't tell if you're joking. I could tell, but I'm not sure if you'd manage to keep it from the police during questioning. For the love of God, just say just kidding or something. Shoichi laughs, giving me a few pats on the shoulder. Sorry, I'll stop messing with you. It's just, you're so easy, I can't help it. Well, gee, I'm glad I'm such a good comedic relief for you. Anyways, I was hoping we could go home together. When do you think you might be finished? His face goes stiff again. He scratches the back of his neck, awkwardly avoiding eye contact. Sorry, Yoichi, today's just not a good day. I think I'll only get to leave once school closes. Besides, don't you have practice today? They did a bad job of isolating the volleyball courts, and now they had to hurry it up and fumigate ours as well. What? But we don't have the money to pay for the tennis court fumigation. It didn't even need to be fumigated. Oh, crap, they're going to take it out of the festival budget, aren't they? Don't worry. I'm sure the students would riot if they did. Plus, I don't think the company would charge for it, considering it was their fault and all that. His expression softens up a bit. He sighs in relief. You're right. I'm just being paranoid. Sorry, I think you should go home on your own today. I can wait, I don't mind. What? I just told you it would take hours. What would you even do? Just sit there and wait for us to be done? Pretty much, yeah. He stands there in a daze, gaping. Are you sure? Shoichi, I don't mind waiting for a bit if it means I get to spend some time with you. You did promise me this morning that you'd use this little break of yours to spend more time with me, didn't you? He seems shocked to hear my words, mouthing something off without actually making a sound. He turns his back to me and hastily opens the door to the room again. Alright, you can wait inside. I have to get back to it already. Weren't you supposed to be stretching your legs? I don't feel like it. Shoichi drops down onto his chair, pulling up a pile of folders. He quietly flips through the sheets of paper, calmly examining each and every one of them. I watch as his eyes attentively scan through every word that's printed on these papers. Meanwhile, I can feel the cheetah's murderous glance even without having to look her way. Almost as if my mere presence here were somehow offensive. After quite a few of some of the most boring hours of my life, a teacher came by to ask us to leave. Sheesh, he really wasn't kidding when he said we'd be sticking around until the school closed for the day. Sorry you got held up for so long. It's fine. I'm the one who asked you to stay anyway. And that's exactly why I insisted that you didn't. I still feel bad about it. How about I treat you to some food as an apology? You have no reason to apologize. Then as a thank you. He's really not taking no for an answer, huh? Alright, if you insist on spending your money on me, I have no reason to say no. Shoichi laughs and nods, turning around as we start leaving school. Oh no. Oh no! Shoichi leads me through the busy streets in front of the train station. Many people come and go through different stores and restaurants. Most of the more specific places, such as sporting goods stores, have closed down for the day. Instead, we see multiple eateries and diners opening up. An almost dazzling amount of people come and go through the intersections, enough to make you lose track of your surroundings. It would truly be hard to keep track of my bearings if I weren't so used to it already. Also, being next to a giant like Shoichi does help a lot. People make way for him as he walks, opening a small path through the crowd towards wherever he wants to go. I simply follow behind him, making sure to follow in the path he's opened before it closed down and we end up separated. Boy, would it be hard to track him again if I got lost. We take a turn at an intersection I've never been to before. The masses of people slowly dwindle to just a few stragglers here and there. The fluorescent lights of the lampposts slowly turn into traditional paper lanterns. We walk for a few dozen minutes before finally taking one last turn towards the left. I take care to map out the way in my head so I can come here later. Well, maybe not come here later, but at least not get lost around these parts. You never know what might happen. Wow! We are greeted by a gigantic assortment of stores and lights as we enter a small gallery-like corridor of old-timey buildings. I see shops and carts selling different varieties of traditional foods, clothings, and all kinds of trinkets that I've never seen before. Surprising, isn't it? What is this place? It's the old Saitama market. It used to be the most popular area in the city before we had shopping malls and train stations. But now that the city has expanded so much and the town center has shifted to another location, people stopped coming here because it was so far away from everything else. Most of the stores here are very traditional, family-oriented places. Some of these businesses have existed for generations already. It's everything some of these people have ever known. I really like this place. I come here all the time. I never even knew this place existed. It's so beautiful. Like a small festival inside the city. You could say that. The food around here is delicious too. I like to come around here just to browse and eat. I get something new almost every day. Well, I used to at least. I barely have time to come here anymore, and when I do, it's just to grab a quick meal and be on my way. It's a bit sad to think about. Shoichi's eyes lazily scan the environment, a conflicted smile on his face. I can see just how much he likes this place. His eyes twinkle with the light of the countless lanterns burning bright with life. Wow. Wow. No. Let me just... No. 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 I'm right-clicking it and it isn't saying... And I'm saying no. No means no. Can I, like, make him go bye-bye? I'm gonna make him go bye-bye. Just, no. Bye-bye. Go bye-byes. I will say no as many times as need be. No means no. Also, hiya. Yeah. Okay, can I, like, close this? Can I close? Okay, there. It just went away. I can see just how much he likes this place. His eyes twinkle with the light of the countless lanterns, burning bright with life. Just seeing him like that is enough to make a little swell of happiness pop up inside my chest. No means no, my guy. And what made you decide to share your secret hiding spot with me? He scratches awkwardly at his neck. It's not really a hiding spot, much less a secret one. It's just, when I feel like I have too much on my plate and the stress starts getting to me, I come to this place to relax. I mean, look at the people around. There aren't many, but they are all content to just leisurely walk by, enjoying the experience and taking their time. I like this place because of how quiet it is. It's a place I can go to escape the hectic schedule I have to deal with every day. What you said this morning was true. It's overwhelming sometimes, and there are days when I wish I could just run away from everything. But whenever I feel like I'm starting to drown, I come to this place. It might be silly, but it helps put things in perspective. You have no idea what these people have to contend with in their lives, but when you come here, you can't spot a single sad face. They're all enjoying things without any rush, leisurely and at their own pace. It helps me to remember that I still have a life to live outside of all the responsibilities I have. It's stupid, ain't it? I had no idea. I can't help but feel a pang of guilt resonating in my chest. I get stressed whenever I think of my own responsibilities, and yet Shoichi struggles with much more than I do on a daily basis. And yet I joked about him stressing himself out with all of it so lightly. He's always right next to me, and I didn't even notice. Wasn't I the one who suggested he join the student council? Or the one that convinced him to accept the captain position when he didn't want it to? I'm a terrible friend for not paying attention to the people around me. Sorry, I can tell just from the look on your face. I ruined the mood, didn't I? I don't know what's gotten over me. I suddenly just felt like I needed to tell you all about it. Come on, I'll make it up to you. Let me show you a great spot to grab a bite. Before I can muster an answer, Shoichi has already grabbed my hand and started pulling me along as he guides me through the market. Watching his back moving ahead of me, when did this view become so nostalgic? And why is it that I feel like he's trying to hide the look on his face from me right now? Shoichi, can I ask you something? He stops dead on his tracks, his ears flicking nervously on top of his head. His tail just hangs there without moving. Without turning to me, he merely makes an inquisitive sound with his throat, not even vocalizing a word. Why have you never talked to me about this? If you're under so much pressure, why did you just keep quiet all this time? I'm always right next to you, and yet you've never leaned on to me for support. Frankly, it hurts. Shoichi looks up at the night sky. His tail begins flicking slowly. Is he nervous? I wait in complete silence for a few seconds. I don't want to rush him. If he's opened up to me this much already, then I can let him take the next step too. I just focus on how warm his hand feels against mine. It's such a pleasant and nostalgic feeling. He used to always lead me away by my hand just like he's doing now. When was it that he stopped doing that? I hadn't noticed until now, but when was it that the sight of his back became so distant? Shit, I feel like I might start tearing up if I'm not careful. Today reminded me of something. Oh? I don't want to sound overeager. You know, it really is my fault that we've drifted apart these past few years. I know that we still spend most of our time together, but I just feel like there's been a rift between us lately. I noticed that things had gotten especially hard for you these past few years. I know you're under immense pressure because of your career choice. I didn't want to be another burden on you, so I started keeping myself more often. And as I got swamped with more obligations and responsibilities, the time we had together diminished. I never noticed. I've always focused only on the time we'd spend together, and I'd never thought of the quality of our interactions. To me, as long as we were always with each other, then nothing would have really changed. Now I realize that I was just being selfish. I was so concerned with my own problems that I turned a blind eye to my friends. I never noticed how excluded Kei-kun felt from us, or how Shoichi was suffering. Hiya. I really am the worst. And it's not just with you. Saya-chan and... God, I can't believe I'm about to say this. Even that stupid Urushihara. I've missed so many things these past 2 years. I've missed so many important moments with my friends, both old and new. Then, as time passed by, and I got more and more used to keeping up to myself, I noticed I became harder and harder to open up. It was a small thing, a minuscule motion that could have passed undetected at any other time. But now, as I focused my undivided attention on Shoichi's figure, I noticed his shoulders began to quiver ever so slightly. Talking about myself, being honest about myself, what started as a conscious decision eventually became a block, and I just helplessly watched as you all just drifted further away from me. But today, having you around me, just having you sit next to me while I worked, I was surprised with how much it calmed me. Even just having you next to me was enough to make me happy. His hand began to squeeze mine a little harder, almost as if he wanted to ascertain that I was really here, almost as if he was afraid I'd go away somehow. God, I feel so lame talking so much crap like this, but I couldn't help but remember all the great times we had together when we were younger. It made me realize how much I missed you. Even the more trivial things, the times when you used to tutor me, or hell, even the times when we'd fight, all of those things are precious memories to me. Sorry, I'm talking too much, aren't I? I'm overwhelmed. I don't think I've ever seen Shoichi act so vulnerable in front of me. I always assumed that it was because he wasn't the type of person to have these kinds of feelings. But I was wrong. He's just always been good at masking it. I'm sure there are many more things that have hurt or stressed him out over these past few years, and yet he's been making sure to blanket over them. He's kept us in the dark to avoid burdening us. The thought is just so incredibly sad. I take a few steps forward, letting my forehead rest against his wide back. You? My sudden gesture caught him by surprise. Without having time to put up any walls, Shoichi's voice gave me a little glimpse at what he was really feeling. His voice was meek and frightful. Even if he acts like an adult all the time, he's nothing but a scared 18-year-old like the rest of us, isn't he? I get it, Shoichi. It must have been pretty hard for you, huh? Shoichi nods. I know I'm probably some good-for-nothing idiot. I couldn't even see that you'd been suffering even though you were always in front of me. But I promise you that I'll pay more attention from now on, okay? So don't keep your guard up around me so much. It's okay to let me know things are hard for you too. God damn it. God damn it. This game is making me feel things and I don't appreciate it. It's giving me the feels and I don't like it. Like, Shoichi is tearing up. Ugh. Jeez, I was already feeling like I was being super uncool. Now you're acting all lame too. Me trying to be supportive of you is lame? You really need to rethink some stuff. But really, thank you, Yuichi. Now come on. I've already said too much and got the mood all weird and awkward. I appreciate the support, but let's see if we can salvage this night before it ends. Ugh. I was going through game files last night. Oh, fuck. Yeah, no. Like I said, I was going through game files last night. Because I like to do that. It's fun. You should try it. You should try it sometime. It's really fun. And I was seeing some of the CGs, and I can't. I just can't. Stop being stupid. It doesn't need to be salvaged. Sure it does. Let's see if we can get some warm food. I'm starving. We don't talk about some CGs. We don't talk about some CGs. For very obvious reasons. He squeezes my hand again, this time much more softly. And thanks again. I'm really lucky to have you as my friend, aren't I? You are. He chuckles softly, turning his back to me and leading me through the street once again. This time, though, he routinely looks back at me, smiling. If all the routes are like this, then I am going to be a crying mess. I swear to God, if the feels are anywhere near the level of Ad Astra, then I am going to be a crying mess, laying in bed, just casually crying. Like you'd be like, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Am I sure that I'm excited for his route? Like, am I certain of it? I don't know. Is it going to break me like... Is this game going to break me like Howley did? Fucking Howley. Like, Echo and Ad Astra fucking broke me. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. I don't want to be broken a fucking 7th time. I do not want to be broken a 7th time. I have played through Ad Astra 5 times. I have played Ad Astra 5 times, and it broke me each time. Echo broke me. I don't want to break a 7th time. I swear to God, if it does, I'm going to be so mad. We reach a little food cart parked gingerly in a row of 6 or 7 other similar food carts. The smell of food coming from them is so incredibly delicious, my mouth is watering already. Ah, Eurodaccoon. I was wondering when I'd see you again. It's been a while. A burly black bear emerges from behind the... I like the way you think. From behind the counter just as we begin to sit down, smiling widely as he sees Shoichi's face. He wore a traditional Japanese chef coat with a white shirt underneath. Sorry for the long leave of absence. I've been very busy lately. Yeah, no. This. I like the way you think. Best to wait till the end to completely shatter my heart into non-existence. Just like, oh, hey, how's your emotional state going? Anyway. Gone. Reduced to atoms. The bear chuckled, waving at a pair of stools. I guessed as much. Come have a seat. The usual again today? Let me guess, it's cold soba again? I thought you said you came here to try new food. Shoichi shrugs. And like I said, I haven't had the time to lately. Now I just come here for some quick soba and get back home. His are some of the best I've had. The bear puffs his chest with pride, pointing to a small writing on his sleeve that reads, Sayonji Dining. I can't wait to be a sad, sad mess. I cannot wait to be lying in bed, just staring at my phone for like 5 consecutive hours, doing nothing, and like maybe some tears here and there, but just empty. Just empty. Years of experience on the job. I've inherited my business and my recipes from my father, who inherited it from his father, who inherited it from his father. We have decades of traditional preparing of some of the best noodles in Saitama. Shoichi laughs, putting his elbow on the counter and leaning into his hand. I see you're as excitable as usual, huh? By the way, can I please have a menu? This is my friend's first time here, and he tends to make a hassle out of choosing what to eat. Hey. Oh, shush, you know it's true. The bear grins, going behind the counter and handing me a big laminated menu with various pictures of many seemingly tasty dishes. I just watched My Neighbor Totoro. I literally just watched it, and I was crying. Like, I started crying. I was just like... just crying noises. I did think your face was pretty unusual. Wasn't sure if you had been here before. Take your time choosing. Meanwhile, I'll get started on your Otakun's dish. As he turns around towards the sink, I turn my attention to the menu in my hands. Everything seems so good, I don't know what to choose. God, do I have to go through this every time I eat out? Any idea what you want to eat? Nope. Agonizing over every choice? No, don't be sorry. I have not. But no. Don't be sorry. This is fun as hell. Agonizing over every choice? Yup. This is going to take a while, isn't it? Yup. I hear a soft chuckle next to me. Without even looking, I give him a gentle punch in the side. No, it's just like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, no, that's not what I meant. I don't know how to describe it. It's just like, casual conversation in the midst of stream is fun. This time he laughs a little more audibly. Every single time, almost like clockwork. You really are easy to read. Says the guy who orders soba noodles at every place he goes. Oh, ouch. Yeah, you got me. Got me good. How will I ever outlive such shame? You're an ass. He laughs again, and I can't help but smile. I sort of missed this routine. After many agonizing dishes of careful deliberation, I finally decide to order a seafood dish. By the time the ramen is ready and I start to dig in, Shoichi has almost finished his plate. Oh, this is really good. I can definitely feel a kick from the spices, but the ramen is very mild and springy. I kind of want to try making some. I'm glad you like it. I use white miso and a couple of other ingredients to make sure the ramen tastes rich without being too fishy. You're out of luck though. I've just recently switched my fish supplier and I haven't gotten to tweaking the recipe for their fish's particular taste profile, so the dish is a bit of a miss. If this is a miss, then I'll gladly come back later when you've got it all down. I'm glad you liked it. Enjoy! Shoichi sets his finished dish aside and leans onto his hand, watching me eat. See why I wanted to bring you here? Oh, thank you very much! I know you're excited, but please don't talk while you chew. It's disgusting. I swallow the food that was in my mouth. Sorry. I said, yes, thank you very much. He gives me that smug smile he tends to wear on his face whenever someone tells him he's right. Don't get me wrong, he's my friend and I love him, but God, he can be an insufferable know-it-all when he wants to. Don't even start. I speak when he starts opening his mouth to speak. He laughs at my interruption and pulls out his wallet from his pocket, looking at the owner. Are your prices still the same? Yep, haven't had to adjust it since last spring. I'm glad things are going so well. Here. He hands him money to pay for our food. The bear takes out a paper towel from underneath the counter and uses it to pick up the money. I guess I looked at him funny because the bear, upon seeing my face, starts laughing. Well, I call it laughter, but in his case it's more akin to a thunderous roar. The sudden echoing sound nearly has me jumping out of my chair in surprise. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to scare ya. I make sure to never handle money with my hands. Helps with keeping everything clean. When I pick it up, I always use alcohol wipes to make sure my hands stay disinfected. It's one of those things I like about this place. It's not just health department clean, it's my clean. Your kitchen is a mess. You can't find anything there. Yeah, but it's a clean mess. That makes all the difference. I shake my head, making him snicker in amusement. After I'm done eating, Shoichi and I excuse ourselves to go on our way. As we walk our way back, I see that Shoichi is in better spirits. He walks side by side with me, happily humming a familiar melody. Wait, isn't that one of the songs K-kun sang yesterday at karaoke? I guess it struck a chord with all of us, not just me. So, what did you think? It was good. Very good, actually. I'm surprised this place even exists, let alone that the food is so good, and everything looks so beautiful here. The paper lanterns and the traditional decorations are so nice to look at. Yeah, and that's not all. Look at the sky. Ooh, pretty. As I look up, I can see a few twinkling stars in the sky. Whoa. Yeah, I remember back when we were kids, we liked looking at the sky a lot. Unfortunately, since we live so close to the station, all those strong lights make it hard to see the stars. It's still not 100%, you still have to go out of town for that, but still, over here you can kind of look at the stars. It's beautiful! It's been years since I last saw a proper starry sky. I'm glad you liked it. I've been meaning to show you this place for a while, but I was always afraid you'd think it was boring. I was afraid what that would mean for our relationship. For our friendship. What? You thought that if you took me someplace boring that I'd think you're boring and I'd stop hanging out with you? That's so childish. Of course not. I was afraid you'd say something bad about the place and I'd have to murder you for ever uttering such nonsense. And nothing says, pleasant evening with a friend, quite like a conversation about murder does. I know, right? I was joking. I wasn't. By the way, did you manage to get things sorted out with the paperwork? Somehow. It was pretty bad, though. A lot of budgets had to take a gash because of it. I think a lot of people are going to be pissed at me when they find out. So surprised the school let you guys budget for that. Hiya. I think it's less than letting us and more them not wanting to pay an accountant to do it. Knowing our principal, I somehow don't doubt it. Yeah. That's like the best thing about friendship. Oh, by the way, I'd like to ask you not to show up unannounced again. I don't really mind it, but Kisaragi was really pissed. Why do you care? You're the council president. Yeah, but you've seen her, right? She's terrifying. She's a freshman. A terrifying freshman. I sigh, which somehow makes Shoichi laugh. Well, I'm more or less free tomorrow, so I guess we could spend the day together again. If you want to. I'll be honest, I didn't realize how much I missed hanging out just the two of us until today. I'll think about it. Yeah, don't neglect your obligations just to spend some time with me. Don't neglect your sleep just to spend some time with your obligations. Hey, I don't do that. Anymore. Speaking of sleep, it's getting kind of late already. I think we should probably head home. Yeah, what time is it even? Let me check my phone. Whoa! It's after 9 p.m. Yeah, the walk back home is going to be at least 40 minutes. I wish you could walk around so I could show you a few more spots, but we do have school tomorrow. Ever the responsible student, aren't you? I do have to make up for your share, after all. Haha, true. By the way, did you want to spend the night at my place? Your dad is still out of town, isn't he? Yeah, but... He hesitated to answer. Maybe next time. I still have some stuff at home that I need to do before I go to bed. And I can't go to school tomorrow in the same uniform I wore today. I have to put this one in the washing machine. Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say? I kind of fell asleep there for a second. Har, I know I'm boring, but you're a smartass. It's fine. I've always admired that side of you anyway. I don't really have the patience to make sure every little thing is neat and organized. I don't know how you do it. It's called parental indoctrination. It's really fun. You should try it sometime. Pass. Even as we make our way back quite a while after initially leaving, the activity hasn't died down one bit. In fact, there seem to be even more people out right now, to the point that even Shoichi has a hard time making his way through. By the time we finally reach the station, the central clock in front of it already reads 9:35 p.m. Guess we're going to get home pretty late. I try to laugh at that, but someone accidentally elbows me in the ribs and I feel the wind getting knocked out of me. Shoichi immediately notices and doubles back towards me. Are you alright? Yeah, some asshole just elbowed me in the stomach is all. I just need to catch my breath. Be careful, if I don't deliver you home in one piece, your mom will kill me. Actually, don't even try. I suppress a laugh. Shoichi gives me a stern look, as if half expecting me to do something dumb just to tick him off. I have to admit, the idea is amusing. No, I'll resist the temptation to do something stupid. I'd probably regret it later. Actually, I feel a little weird. Guess the guy must have hit me harder than I thought. I feel a little faint. Well, might just be the fatigue getting to me. Either way, I'll get some rest when I finally get home. When we finally reach my house, it's already 10 p.m. My mom was sure I'll get berated for getting home this late. Huh, that's odd. All the lights are out. Mom should still be in the living room at this time. Doesn't seem like there's anyone home. Yeah, that's weird. Hang on a sec, I'm gonna try calling my mom. As I'm starting to dial her number, I remember her telling me something last night. Oh yeah, she's out of town for a business trip. She's supposed to come back tomorrow night. And what about Aki? Well, I'm not so sure about that. Let me see if he sent me a message. Now that I look at it, I see that Aki did in fact send me a message a couple of hours ago. Oh, Aki said he's going to spend the next 2 days at a friend's house. The little shit took advantage of Mom being away from town to leave without asking for permission. Little gremlins strike again. Aya, aya. I'll have to give him a piece of my mind later. Well, at least nothing awful happened. At least be glad about that. Anyway, I have to be on my way now. Are you sure you don't want to spend the night over here? Yep, can't do that right now. Don't worry, I'll invite myself to come over when I do have the time. Sure, drop by whenever you want. He waves at me and walks away towards his own house. I open the door with a click, my head spinning with the key as I unlock it. I started to feel increasingly worse as I got back home. Didn't even know how tired I was. My fur is a bit damp with sweat. When did I even start sweating this much? I need to lie down. I climbed the stairs towards my room. Maybe I should have told Shoichi I wasn't feeling well. I might have stuck around to make sure I'm okay. As I'm almost at the end of the stairs, I decide that a detour towards the toilet room is a higher priority. Maybe the pain in my stomach isn't from the blow I took earlier. Oh god, I think I'm going to be sick. I barely have time to open the lid of the toilet and lead my head into it before it happens. Yep, I should have definitely told Shoichi I was feeling like crap. As I spend countless hours cursing my misery, my night slowly ticks away, stuck to the bathroom with constant bouts of pain, nausea, and vomiting. Ah! My eyes struggle to open. My eyelids feel heavy and unresponsive. No, my whole body feels that way. My throat feels scratchy, hot, and uncomfortable. Somehow I feel like I'm hot and cold at the same time. Feel as if I had someone sitting on my chest. No matter how much I want to move, my body does not budge. All I can hear is the sound of a ticking clock. Slowly, I can feel my consciousness returning. Once my eyes get adjusted to the brightness, I begin to look around. At least my body can move again. Wait, is this my room? How did I even get here? Last thing I remember is being in the bathroom. I felt really sick and, my whole body hurts. As I'm adjusting myself on the bed, I feel something heavy on top of my thigh. What? I look down and... Shoichi? Oh, wow. I see Shoichi sitting on a chair, hunched over the bed, peacefully sleeping. Oh, wow, that is inappropriate. I see Shoichi sitting on a chair, hunched over the bed, peacefully sleeping. He's using my legs as a pillow of some sort, breathing slowly and deeply. Yeah, it's not that bad. I think we'll be fine. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. Yeah, we're fine. When did he get here? He begins to shift, being stirred awake from a sudden movement and noise. His eyes blink sluggishly. His mouth opens in a comically large fashion as he yawns, sitting up on his chair and lazily rubbing his eyes. Yuichi? Yuichi, you're awake! How are you feeling? Like I fought one round too many with an angry badger or something. What are you doing here? I shuffle around on my bed, and at that moment, I realize something's missing. I do not feel the familiar sensation of fabric against my fur. I look down and underneath my blanket, and... What? Did you take my clothes off? Yeah, sorry about that. You were covered in vomit when I found you, so I don't think you wanted to keep wearing those clothes. I gave you a quick rinse and got you back into bed. I also put your clothes in the washing machine. Oh. Sorry for the trouble. Do you have any idea what happened to me? Shoichi gets up from his chair, stretching his back and yawning. How long has he been out for? You didn't show up for class today. I tried to give you a call around 10, but you weren't answering either, so I decided to drop by and check up on you. I hope you don't mind that I used your spare key, by the way. I don't. What else happened? I found you collapsed in the bathroom. You were looking awfully pale, and I didn't really know what to do. So I cleaned up after you and dragged you to your bed. My memory is really fuzzy. I don't remember much of what happened after I came home. I seem to recall feeling sick, and there was a lot of puking involved. I remember my legs being so weak that I couldn't stand. I'm sorry. I should have. I should have. I didn't think of it. I'm sorry. Huh? What about? I got a call from Bunta-san, the owner of the food stand we went to yesterday. He called me to check up on my friend after he found out his new supplier sent him a shipment of bad shrimps. That's why I decided to drop by when you didn't show up this morning. So really, this is all my fault. If I hadn't taken you there yesterday, you'd have been fine. I'm sorry. No, you don't have to apologize. I'm fine. Look. I get up from the bed, jumping back on my feet. Huh? Hey! It all went by so fast that my mind only registers it afterwards. My legs failed as soon as I tried to put my weight on them and I fell. Shoichi reacted fast and grabbed me before I could hit the floor. Shoichi falls back to his knees as he grabs me, my face landing squarely on his chest. Yuichi, are you okay? Jeez, don't be so reckless. You're obviously not okay. You're burning with fever, for God's sake. My mind doesn't really register his words right away. I try pushing myself away from him, but I can't put any force in my arms. My body struggles to even move. What? Why can't I? I told you to calm down. You're weak and severely dehydrated. When was the last time you had a drink? Last night at the food cart? Damn, that long ago? We need to get some food and water in you ASAP. Hang on, I'll go grab you a glass of water. Shoichi grabs me tightly and tries to move me back to the bed. Once his hand touches my stomach, my whole body attempts to pull back, making me yelp in pain. Sorry, just spare it for now, okay? Once he's sure that I'm safely tucked into the bed, Shoichi gets up. I'll be right back, okay? Please stay still while I'm away. I've never been one to listen to orders before. I tried moving around a bit, but my body refuses to do as it's told. I can't even hold a tight grip. Before I even had time to miss him, Shoichi's already back. God, he was so fast. Did he run all the way here? Here you go, just make sure to... I immediately snatched that water glass from his hand. Just looking at it makes me realize how thirsty I am. Wait! My entire vision goes dark for a second. A wave of nausea hits me instantly. My stomach begins to churn. Use this. Shoichi puts a small bucket in front of my face. Grabbed as tightly as the water I just drank is violently rejected by my stomach. Yuck. I was going to tell you to pace yourself, but you really were in a rush, huh? Your stomach is really upset right now. You have to take it easy so it can have time to adjust. Sorry. Don't worry about it. I'll go empty the bucket and get you another glass of water. Be right back. Just as he gets up to leave, I notice a stain has gotten on the cuffs of his uniform. Shoichi. He looks down at the spot I'm staring at. Oh, this? Don't worry about it. I'll wash it once I get home. And once again, I'm all by myself. Only now do I realize the sun's rays hitting the drape of my bedroom. Wait, it can't be that late already, can it? I look around for a bit and find my phone on top of my dresser, next to my bed. I pick it up and check the time. 13:22, and he said he left class to check on me. That means he's been here for quite a few hours already. And he spent all this time taking care of me? Oh God, I can't believe he went through all of this just to take care of me. A wave of guilt assaults me. I put the phone down and try getting up again. Even though he told me not to, I just can't stand lying in bed like this. My stomach begins to cramp and my legs try to resist me at every step. He starts shivering uncontrollably, and I fear I may collapse. Do we want to give up and get back to bed, or try to get up? Ah! Neighbors, ah! No, if I keep going like this and fall, Shoichi wouldn't be here to catch me like last time. I could really get hurt. Plus, I can't bear to trouble him any further. I'll just do as he says and rest, even if it bothers me. I let myself fall back into bed and take a deep breath. For the time being, I guess there's nothing for me to do but wait. Oh? Shoichi emerges from the door once again, another glass of water in his hand. You got changed? As luck would have it, I decided to pack some extra clean clothes today since I wouldn't be having volleyball practice. Big coincidence, huh? Well, not that it matters now. Here's your water. Just go slow this time. Take it half a sip at a time if you can. You don't have to stare at the water like that, you know? It's not gonna hurt you or anything. What if I react the same way as last time? Just so we're clear, you haven't poisoned this, right? Just drink the damn water already before I force it down your throat. Alright, calm thyself. I place the tip of the glass on my lips and let some water run down my mouth. Oh man, I so want to drink this whole thing already. But I can't keep causing trouble for Shoichi, and I'm sure you wouldn't like to get puked on. Again. No bucket this time? I know. As soon as, like, we're done with Shoichi's route, like, we finish everything there is to it so far, we're going to start on Haruki. Or Keisuke, and then we're going to go down June. No bucket this time? You're not going to throw up. How do you know that? I had to take care for Hitoko when we were kids, and my parents were out of town. Mom gave me a bunch of instructions on how to treat food poisoning over the phone. I never forgot them. I guess it's a pretty decent perk to having a trained nurse for a mother. Yep. I know you're supposed to start taking liquids very slowly so your stomach can used to ingesting stuff again. Then, once you take a glass of water without throwing up, I'll get you some soup so you can actually have some nutrients in you. Yeah, neighbors. Well, I guess it could do worse than water and convenience store soup. You seem to be plenty prepared for this. Yeah, well, I had some time while I was waiting for you to wake up, so I went out and bought some ingredients for the soup. Wait, ingredients? He's not talking about making it from scratch, is he? Please, God, tell me it ain't so. Before I can vocalize my doubts, Shoichi's entire body relaxes. He basically throws himself down on the chair he placed next to my bed. Are you alright? Oh, yeah, sorry, I'm just a little tired. Stayed up pretty late working on stuff for the council. Hey, you're going to work yourself to death if you keep this up. I'll be fine, you don't have to worry about me. Really? You're going to say that after that whole conversation we had yesterday? And here I thought he had taken my advice to heart. I promise if it gets to be too much, I'll say something, okay? It's just that I honestly don't think it's too bad right now. Still have a reduced workload. I was just making up for some delays I had yesterday. Hiya. These delays wouldn't happen to be because you took me out yesterday instead of going home for work, would they? Well, kinda. I should have said no to his offer yesterday. It would have been better for both of us. So, Doc, what course of treatment do you have in mind for me? Really? Doc? Hey, you're the one in charge of treating me, aren't you? True enough. We're not going to do anything too fancy, just plenty of fluids and rest. That's it? What a quack. I know I should have gone to a real doctor. Oh, I can set that up if you want. Yeah, I'll drag you to the bathroom floor and I'll leave you lying there without your phone. Then you can feel free to call a real doctor. How can you say something so terrifying with that look on your face? Well, on second thought, that's what I thought. Well, now it's just a matter of being patient. You'll keep drinking little sips of water every couple minutes for a while until your stomach gets better. Aye, aye, Captain. Now it's Captain. Make up your mind already. Despite the burning sensation in my throat, the painful feeling in my stomach, and overall weakness, I'm having a surprisingly good time. It's been so long since Shoichi and I had an entire day to ourselves without worrying about anything else. It feels good to talk to him for a long time, like we used to do when we were kids. Although it was still embarrassing to have him dress me up. I don't know what was worse, being only in my boxer briefs or having someone you've known for a decade play dress up with your body. Just then, our attention is snapped towards the echoing sound of the doorbell. Someone's here? That's weird. Oh, that's right, I sent everyone a message after I found you. Told them you were sick and that I was taking care of you. Jun-kun and Urushihara said they'd come by after class. Oh, and Sai-chan asked me to tell you she couldn't make it because she had a shift today. She told me to apologize on her behalf. It's no trouble, really. I'm surprised everyone would go out of their way like this to come and see me. What are you talking about? You're our friend. What did you expect us to do? Jesus, now they're pounding on the door. I better go let them in before Urushihara breaks her door down. After about a minute or so, I start to hear the sound of voices downstairs. Then I hear as they approach, first coming up the stairs and... All three of them emerge from the doorway. June and Shoichi seem to be excitedly chatting amongst themselves. Meanwhile, Keisuke ignores the two and walks up to me. Hey, how are you feeling? After Keikun speaks, June seems to be reminded of the fact that I'm sick on the bed, as he suddenly turns to look at me. Yeah, how are you feeling? Well, I can't even stand. My throat is on fire. I haven't eaten anything since last night, and everything I do eat ends up coming back out. So, all in all, can't complain. Talk about optimism. So, Yurata's been caring for you all morning then? Pretty much. Guess I passed out at some point during the night. Shoichi found me on the floor and brought me back to the bed. What? He managed to lift you? How strong is he? Scientists are still trying to figure that one out. Har har, very funny. June's laughter is all it takes to lift the mood. Yeah, we just casually died, standard Sunday afternoon activity. We just, fucking died. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Standard weekend afternoon activity. We only fucking died, not too bad. If you go watch the Ad Astra series, we died twice. So yeah, it's not that bad. Soon enough, we're all laughing at a silly little joke. Well, either way, Yuichi seems to be doing much better. At least he's not throwing up anymore. Yuck, I don't need to know that. He has food poisoning. What did you expect him to be doing? Baking a cake? I don't know. I didn't think about it. Well, not thinking about stuff is kind of your forte, so I expected this much. Hiya, and don't worry about being late, my guy. By the way, did anything happen at class today, June? Oh, that's right. After Sho-san told me you wouldn't be showing up today, I decided to take some notes for you. That way you wouldn't miss much. He pulls out a couple of notebooks from his bag. I have the pages marked with some paper. I take one of the notebooks he hands me. Aw, thanks, you didn't have to... ADHD at its finest. This is a bunch of incomprehensible scribbles. Hiya. And... Is that a drawing? You really didn't have to. Oh boy. I'd need an advanced linguistics degree to translate all this stuff. It's no problem. I thought you might need these later to study. The teacher said these would be in our midterms. Oh god. Midterms. Whilst June is standing there beaming with pride, I see Keikun flashing me a compassionate look. I spoke to a few upperclassmen from the club and asked them to take notes too. I've compiled all the relevant stuff here for you. He hands me a bunch of folders. Wait, are each of these folders separated for individual fields of study? And they're color-coded? But Keisuke-san, I've already given him my notes. I know, but it doesn't hurt to be thorough, right? I guess not. Keisuke winks at me. I feel like I should hug you. I start going through the notes, giving them a cursory glance. Wow, these are thorough. There's a whole chapter on integration and advanced calculus. This is college prep stuff. I don't even study this yet. Yeah, I like to be thorough. I didn't know how much of this stuff you already had, so I got all the info I could. Honestly, same. Like, my handwriting is god-awful. And he's just over there pouting. There's no way you did all this between the end of class and getting to my house. I worked on a lot of it during a particularly boring history class. No biggie. Like, my cursive looks like fucking... It's literal chicken scratch. My actual handwriting is so god-awful, it's not even funny. I can't imagine an honor student like Keikun doing something like this in the middle of class. Thanks a lot, Keikun. Hey! And June. I swear he's so easy to please. I brought a couple more chairs. Suddenly, Shoichi emerges from the doorway holding 2 chairs in his arms and starts setting them next to my bed. I didn't even notice you leaving. That's because I didn't want to interrupt the conversation. It seemed like you guys were talking about important stuff. Speaking of important stuff, Coach asked me to pass on a message. He said once practice starts again, he has a new training menu he wants you to try. It's about time, really. The training menu I'm using right now is from back when I was in middle school. Yeah, he hasn't really altered yours at all, which is weird because Mizuguchi-san and I both had ours changed quite a few times since I joined. He's just being lazy as usual. I don't really think so. He might come off as lazy, but he does have a pretty sharp eye for this sort of thing. I guess he just didn't think there was a training menu better suited to you before. Doesn't really sound like Coach. Ah. Nah, I'm sure Urushihara is right. How would you know? Mikado-sensei had to fill in for our coach once when he got sick last year. Even though he always looked like he was slacking off, whenever we started practicing, he had this very sharp look on his eyes, as if he was watching for every minor detail. He gave us all a very, very complete evaluation later. We were actually overwhelmed. I started writing on paper again. For whatever reason. I usually just type. Like, when I'm writing on paper, my spelling is slightly better. But whenever I type, I just like type out a word. Oh god, I misspelled that. Gotta retype it. Oh god, why are the letters rearranged? Gotta retype it. Oh god, it's spelled even worse. Thank god for autocorrect. Sheesh. How did your coach react when he saw it? Threw a fit over how Mikado-sensei wasn't allowed to alter our training menu. Then 1 month later, he gave us the exact same training menu, saying he thought of a better menu for us. Now that's someone I wouldn't trust to handle my training. Oh, that's not even the worst part. What is? The team believed it. Keikun face palms. So yeah, I'll give you my coach if you give me yours. Yeah, on second thought, I think I'll hold on to him. Good call. Oh, I just remembered. Shouldn't you be practicing for your competition, June? What? Yeah, no, it's fine. I had to take a break today anyway. What happened? Nothing much. I just think it's better if I take a little break. I wasn't getting anywhere, and this might give me some fresh perspective. I sense that something fishy's going on. What? No. There's nothing fishy going on. Nothing going on. Nothing. Just change the subject. All right. Calm down. You must really not want to talk about it if you just started chattering like a crazy person. Well, I didn't. You repeated the same thing 3 times. Alright, guys, give him a break. I can almost see smoke coming out of his head. See, I honestly couldn't. Like, sometimes I can't even read my handwriting. Keikun and Shoichi both laugh as Jun hangs from his seat, pouting. Calm down, Jun-kun. We're just teasing you a bit. I don't think I like this teasing. Hey, before you joined the group, I was the one getting teased. Oh yeah? How was that like? Hell. That's not encouraging. Good. It wasn't meant to be. Alright, Keikun, seriously, give him a break. Why? You never came to my rescue when I was getting teased relentlessly by Mizuguchi-san and Yurata. Yeah, but you're so sassy by nature, and they were only giving back what you dished out. June is far too pure for that. Why do I feel like that wasn't a compliment? Because it really, really wasn't. Hey, I didn't mean anything bad by it. You didn't mean anything good either. Alright, let's just change this subject, okay? Sure. What else would you like to talk about? Actually, I'm still a little sketchy as to how Yuichi-san got sick. From the corner of my eyes, I can see Shoichi's ears folding over his head. Actually, that one was my fault. I took him to a food joint in the old shopping district, and he got sick from some iffy seafood. Seriously? Someone should report that place to the health department. It's not the diner's fault. He told me that was his first day with the new supplier. It was a screw-up on their part. Still, a reputable restaurant is supposed to do rigorous checking on all produce and meats that they sell. It's a matter of public health. I look at June, and he's just staring off into space. Not everyone can afford to check every single time. That's a very simple diner run by one guy alone, and his cleaning standards are already top-notch. Alright, fine. I'm sorry I mentioned it. I'm actually surprised that you care about that. I saw you eating yakisoba bread from the school cafeteria today. That's not exactly the cleanest place I've ever seen preparing food. I didn't have time to pack a lunchbox yesterday, despite desperate times call for desperate measures. I'd hardly call that a desperate time. The measure, on the other hand... Alright, you know what? Let's just change the subject. I think we spent more time asking to change the subject than we did actually discussing a subject. Do you want us to get back to teasing you? No thanks! We're gonna leave off here tonight. He did, though. And I guess since we're going down that... I fucking love this game. Stay safe, have a good night. And I will see you all tomorrow. I also want to squish their faces.